You're making a run at it, aren't you? Rolling up a stake and going to Vegas.
The #1 poker internet show is now on the radio. This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. For the next 60 minutes, we're going to talk poker news, entertainment, and have lots of Sin City surprises. The phone lines are open at 731-1230. That's 731-1230. Or toll free. 1-866-820-5528. That's 1-866-820-KLAV. Now, let's bring on the hosts going all in. Here is Mark Hoke.
Yeah, it's me. Hi, Las Vegas. What's up?
Good morning, Mark.
Hey, good morning to you, Nate. Good to see you. What's up?
Good to see you. Hey, the poker world is changing slowly.
It's nutsy out there. I don't know what happened. Everybody got their Thanksgiving turkey and all hell's breaking loose out there. But hey, I'm Mark Hoke here on the Mark Hoke Show on the Talk of Las Vegas, KLAV 1230 AM. Actually, remember the station, too. That's pretty good. I'm going to try to actually get through the show today without stumbling. Because last week, I don't know what was going on. It was a complete disaster. I mean, I completely lost my handle of the English language. So I decided instead of switching to Spanish or anything like that, I'm going to just try to
slow it down a little.
Smart.
But if you go the whole way without stumbling, are you you'll have the perfect show. Then what's the point of carrying on?
You want to win that car. He's going to win that car.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm going to hit that 10,000 spot on the punch board.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Good luck. We're here to support that.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Well, we have some outstanding guests here for you today. Of course, Nate Dowland over there. How you doing, Nate?
Good morning, Las Vegas.
We've got Pokerati's own Dan Mikulski. We've got him back.
It's good to be here.
Not bouncing his face off anything today, thank God. Be careful of that microphone.
I'm sure I'll hit it once.
Dan, unfortunately, had a little accident with a pole a couple weeks ago. But
why you got to be racist?
Oh, come on.
We're in Las Vegas. That's not the joke.
My God. And look, we are absolutely thrilled to have Lauren Billings in here. Lauren, how are you today?
I'm all right. I'm awake before noon. It's a big deal.
It is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
People are telling me that we need to move the show up a couple hours.
No. Make us suffer. But keep us on our game.
I don't like making people suffer, though. It really is for those of you that may just be tuning in and, are kind of curious about what goes on in the poker world. There is no such thing as an AM before noon. Now, after, if you roll it into 4 or 5 a.m., that's okay.
I was going to say, have the show at like 5 or 6 a.m., and then it's like the afternoon drive time show, as the poker players are going home.
Yeah, that's the poker players' afternoon drive time. Yeah, pretty much. Unbelievable. Well, hey, we want to, of course, recognize all of our great sponsors of the Mark Hoke Show. We, of course, are powered by BlueRail.net and brought to you by Blind Squirrel Apparel, Off-Till Poker Tables, Team Poker Joker, Doug Hull's book, Poker Plays You Can Use, Final 9 Comic, Arctic Blue Cooling Towels. My good friends at Double Digit Covers had an awesome Christmas party on Monday night. Ate up at Tias de Brazil.
Nice.
I kind of had a good time down there. I kept that under control. That was good. And of course, we have 3Bet Clothing and RogueWire.com, the home of the internet show, where we just had a great show with Patricia Cardner and Rich Muni on. Really enjoyed that one, so make sure you check that out on our podcasts on Podbean and iTunes. It's pretty much everywhere now. YouTube, I'm losing track. I need a manager. It's done.
How about those 3Bet guys? Brian Rass taking on the 100K over at the WPT.
Yeah, not bad.
That was beautiful.
Those guys, is that a specialty? I mean, do you have to win 100K to be on the 3Bet team? Pretty much, I think. It's ridiculous. But a lot going on over there at WPT and so much more. And, of course, we're going to talk about it here on The Read.
Scanning the poker tables from around the world. This is The Read, brought to you by PokerNews.com.
And, of course, we want to thank Poker News for posting our shows on their website. We certainly do appreciate it. And, of course, your #1 poker news source. A lot happening first at the World Poker Tour over at the Bellagio. We have a final table going off today. What a group of players they had in that about final 18 or 20 over there this week. Wow. Dan Smith survives. He is your chip leader, about 3.7. Gary Benson's over there. Sean Suller, Joe Sirac, who all he does is win, 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 even in real life. Because, of course, he's dating Jeannie Duffy of the Royal Flush Girls. That's a major.
I roll at the Royal Flush Girls. Sorry, couldn't help myself.
Do you know Jeannie's actually very nice? She's very nice.
I'm sure she's nice, but I just think the Royal Flush Girls are a little lame. Where are the Royal Flush guys? Come on. Bring it. Bring the Chippendales.
They're hard to find in poker.
Yeah, they are hard to find in poker, but they can hire some.
Well,
they don't need to be smart. They just need to be naked.
There
the
you go.
donut-shaped guys in poker, right? The donut-shaped guys in poker.
Oh, yeah.
That's what we get.
That's
there
really,
you go. See, that's my category.
That's
Poker
more
men
of
are
the
looking
shape.
for like a resurgence, like a Rubenesque poker man.
I'm okay with that.
I know
do it. I do it.
You'll be the hottest dude in poker.
Thank you. I appreciate
They need to build in
Just-
stationary
just
bicycles
really-
to poker tables. Then we'll all get in shape.
It would be amazing. I actually think about doing that. I don't care if people are like, "What's wrong with her?"
I like the concept.
I like stationary bikes. I play a lot of cards.
Fair enough. Well, Eddie Sabat also at this final table coming up. Barry Hutter has made it. We also Christian Harder finishing 9th. John Robert Ballon, who's been kind of having a tough year, but gets a top 10 finish, so good for him. Got to see him in there. Dan O'Brien finished 13th in there. Who else do we have? Will Fiala, the Thrill.
He's a beast this year.
Yeah, he's killing it.
He's amazing.
I'm surprised he didn't win.
He usually does.
He's just like on fire.
Something bad must have happened. Somebody must have attacked him. I don't know. But,
It happens all the time.
Will Fiala getting attacked.
Kings versus queens, and they flop a queen.
yeah.
What do you do?
So great event setting up over at the Bellagio today for the WPT Doyle Brunson 5 Diamond World Poker Classic. So hop on over there and check that out. If you have some time tonight, should be an interesting final table, to say the least. Harry Reid gets himself in a little bit of trouble, apparently. Our senator here from Nevada apparently intervened to expedite visa applications for hotel investors for the new SLS going up at Sahara. So apparently the Obama administration expedited visa applications for about 2 dozen foreign investors for a Las Vegas casino hotel after pressure from Senator Majority Leader Harry Reid and his staff. So Harry Reid kind of pulling some strings, apparently, getting some extra people on board to help out with the new casino going up
Like
downtown.
there aren't enough people here in town that need jobs.
Yeah. So
I got something for Harry Reid. Get the crane off the Fontainebleau.
that would be good.
I mean, you're not going to finish the building. Can we just take the crane down? It would look a lot less ghetto
Yeah, I
without the
agree.
crane.
Well, apparently, the Times, Washington Times, broke the story and said the decision to overturn a prior, normally non-appealable visa decision ultimately benefited several companies whose executives have been having heavy Democratic donors. So Harry Reid might be, it'll probably be a slap on the wrist, and everybody will forget about it in 2 days.
I was going to say, is that the standard that we're looking for? That if you're like offering up some corporate favors, like are you done in politics when you've done that? Because then we're going to have an empty
chamber.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Very soon.
So, guess it is what it is. Of course, yesterday we had the hearings, the Senate hearing, with John Pappas and all this craziness with Sheldon Adelson.
Congratulations. It was a House hearing.
Or House hearing, excuse me. Sorry about that. I'm in Senate mode.
No, that's okay.
today.
That's okay.
But, of course, we had the House Energy and Commerce Subcommittee on Commerce, Manufacturing, and Trade. Only the federal government can come up with a name like that. This was apparently Sheldon Adelson's big opportunity to say we can't have online gaming at all. And John Pappas pretty much stomped a mud hole in him yesterday. They did a pretty good job on this thing. And I know, Dan, you were following this pretty closely.
Yeah, it's the poker representatives definitely did very well. But I wouldn't read too much into this. This is just procedure. It's reminding me of in Texas we had a piece of poker legislation, and the opponent's side had to show up, and make their arguments, and they were just not nearly as prepared as the poker people, because they haven't spent their lives for the last several years just living and breathing this stuff, and they got their butts kicked. And ultimately, though, we didn't get our legislation passed, and that's what it made me feel like. I'm like, okay, just because the pro online gambling side definitely won this round of a debate, if that's what it was, I'm not so sure that means much. That's not to say that there's nothing to it. There's definitely a lot of positives that came out of it. But yeah, so it's I guess good that we didn't drop the ball. It was ours to mess up, And,
Exactly.
And those guys from the PPA and AGA definitely rose to the occasion and delivered.
Is the Sands going to keep their in-house mobile gaming?
That was brought up.
Oh.
They hammered them on
Yeah.
that too.
The hypocrisy. Oh
Yep.
my.
Yeah, I mean that's the standard there. I mean,
Well, see, that's not actually the Venetian's tool, though. That's Cantor Gaming, Cantor Fitzgerald, that owns that. So, and all they do is lease space from the Venetian. So the Venetian gets a commission from the online gaming.
I don't know how the Venetian, how Sands and Cantor has it set up, but effectively there's got to be some sort of licensing agreement, and the hypocrisy. They were definitely called out for their hypocrisy, and I'll tell you that was one of the positive things that came out of this was the idea that they were. Sorry, I'm learning how to work this real radio
point
thing
mouth
here.
at Mike.
I got to flail my arms around a little bit,
Yeah,
and
for those
put
that-
the production on.
For
here.
those that don't know, Dan talks very Italian.
With the Sands.
He's everywhere. So, yeah, but this is an incredible story up on Poker News, summarizing what happened at this hearing, and really a great job by John Pappas and of course the AGA, which they haven't been our friends too much, but good for them for hammering these guys. So.
I'm forgetting the new guy's name, the new head of the AGA. Like that was like a big win for him too. So like they're anyways, it was certainly a good day in Washington D.C. But what that means, I mean, do we want to get into this now? Like this is, or
No,
should
we can
save
get into
this
a little more
here?
later. Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. As we do have one more story, and that's going to lead into our Grindette segment here in a second, that just broke about an hour and a half ago. New Jersey has suspended PokerStars application review for 2 years.
Do they have a reason behind it?
Apparently, it has to do with Mr. Scheinberg not facing his indictment here in the United States. But apparently, DGA stated that PokerStars founder Saya Scheinberg, who's still under federal indictment from Black Friday for violating the UGA, is a main reason for the suspension. He's refused to come into the U.S. and face the charges. I really thought, dumping 9 digits at this may have made this happen, but it doesn't look good. I mean, I can't imagine PokerStars is going to.
They admitted
Get
to
in
no wrongdoing.
They did, but
Yeah, but you still have the. I mean, I don't know. I got to say, I'm surprised that anybody who is surprised by this. Like, had PokerStars been approved, that would have been the OMG shocking thing here, because people, so many poker players expect PokerStars to be treated like a company of the same way that that Caesars and Friends are going to be treated. And while that might be the correct for a lot of reasons, we know PokerStars is a good company. They just can't be looked at that way when you've got the founder of the company, whose son is the CEO, is still under a criminal indictment.
And refuses to step down so that the company can move forward.
Well, he
Right.
he has a step down from his official capacities, but they haven't settled these things. Like, just think about as New Jersey gets into online gaming and what they need to show. Do they want to give opponents to anything they want to do to say, oh, we've got this thug, this criminal? I mean, I'm not saying Isai Scheinberg is that, but it'll be very easy to paint him as that. And
Exactly.
And so there's just, I mean, they didn't have a chance. So 2 years, that's not. If we were talking about this a little before show, if they were able to get in on this, basically say, all right, 2 years, and then you can be approved in 2 years, then I bet you PokerStars would have taken that deal in a second. So.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, Katie Stone's on the phone from the Grindettes, and Katie is actually in New Jersey now. And Katie, I imagine you've probably seen this news about PokerStars, so what are your thoughts?
No, I hadn't. I just woke up.
See, it's a little after
Good
11
morning.
o'clock there.
Well-
Well, yeah, I was in Atlantic City grinding last night and driving home at 5 in the morning at 40 miles an hour in the snow. So, I got home kind of late. But Mark, you've made me kind of happy. You've made my boyfriend very unhappy.
I didn't do it. I voted yes.
Oh, what a blow! Gosh, come on. This is no bueno. This is no bueno. But I have been trying to get on the New Jersey sites for a week, and I can't do it. Believe it or not.
Wow.
They don't believe me that I'm in New Jersey.
Because of your phone? The location service?
Yeah, it's kind of unsettling. I'm not sure if any of you guys have heard of any of this. I don't know if I was the first person to have a Nevada account and a New Jersey account within the same week, but that caused a few that caused like a lot of confusion. People apparently aren't aware that airplanes exist and that professional poker players have to live in multiple places. So having a Nevada UP account and a New Jersey UP account has kind of banned me at this point. They won't let me log in. I haven't been able to log into Party, and I haven't been able to log into 888 because they're not believing me that I'm in New Jersey. And I'm kind of worried about this because if it's this hard for me to open an account and make a deposit, and I'm the professional, so I'm going to keep doing it to get them to let me play, what about all these amateurs that just want to play once, every Sunday? They're going to try it once, they're going to say screw it, and they're never going to come back.
Exactly.
And a lot of people are having this problem. A lot of people are having problems getting online and being able to play. So I'm a little bit feisty this morning.
I can tell. But it's always
you
fun.
didn't put me in a very good mood.
I did. How do I get blamed for this?
It's your fault.
Well, you broke the news, so.
Oh my God. Well,
Katie will shoot the messenger. Just so you know.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I got to work on that.
Yeah, well, obviously it's got a huge impact on what's going to be happening in New Jersey, and for many pros that were looking forward to possibly coming out there and playing on PokerStars, it's not going to happen. So, are we going to be? Are you going to be satisfied with Party Poker and Ultimate Poker and some of the other ones, or what?
No, definitely not. This just means that at least it brings a little bit more concrete plans to my life for the next 2 years. Because as you know, I live in Mexico, I live in Nevada, and pretty much live in New Jersey as well. So at least I now know that minimum 2 years I will still be living like this because it has been in talks before that we thought maybe PokerStars was going to come back within a year. There was lots of rumors, but now we know at least the timetable, which makes me a little bit happy just because I love Mexico so much. It's pretty well documented that I love living in Mexico. But for the next 2 years, I'm still going to be a nomad.
All right. Well, I'm sure we're going to be hearing a lot of reaction to this as we move forward the next couple of days. So follow Twitter. Well, it's already blown up. But
in 2006, when the Unlawful Internet Gambling Enforcement Act was pushed through, they were all told, if you get out now, when we have it all settled, you'll be able to come back. They gave them really 5 years to get out and do it all right. It's their fault. I mean, they knew what to expect, and they thought their attorneys had everything figured out. It's PokerStars' fault. They knew exactly what to do. And look at Party Poker. Party Poker's back in business in the United States, and they're doing great.
All right. Well, let's say goodbye to Katie, but make sure that you follow the Grindettes on Twitter @Grindettes, and, of course, on Facebook, the Grindettes, and check out the website, grindettes.com. Katie, thanks for calling. I appreciate it.
Thanks, Mark. Have fun today, guys.
You got it. And smile, okay? I'm sorry.
Okay. I'm going to try.
All right. We'll talk to you later.
See you later.
Bye-bye. Katie Stone of the Grindettes there, everybody. Wow. I'm breaking hearts. Unbelievable. All right. Well, we're going to take a commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to put Lauren on the hot seat here, talk to her about Poker Night in America and everything else she has going on. So stick around, everybody. We'll be right back on the Mark Hoke Show. Thanks for being with us.
Want to be a millionaire? Then see if you can become fantasy sports royalty in the 2013 Fantasy Football Millionaire Grand Final at DraftKings.com. Play for free or in paid contests for real money, plus games last one day, so there's no long-term commitment. Thousands of winners have won over 10 million prizes on DraftKings.com, and now it's your turn to cash in. Go to DraftKings.com right now, enter the promo code HOKE, and get a 100% deposit bonus and a free entry into the Millionaire Grand Final Qualifier. So don't wait. Crown yourself the king of fantasy sports at DraftKings.com.
When it comes to custom poker tables, why would you buy something someone else designed and even named for their sales or marketing purposes?
The Nighthawk, the Gambler, the Big Slick, the Nuts.
Sure, you can customize it if you want, as long as you choose between black, red, or even green cloth, but that's about it. When you choose to play off tilt, it's not just another table, it's your table. The same price gets you a fully custom designed table that reflects your style and game. Off tilt makes it easy to design a truly one-of-a-kind custom poker table that'll give you home table advantage. advantage. Sure, Off Tilt could name their tables for marketing purposes, but why? It's not ours. We don't play on it. And to be honest, there are over 1,000 named Off Tilt tables worldwide, including the WSOP, the Deep Stacks Poker Tour, the Jonathan Papelbon, as well as Julie's, Chris's, Scott's, Amber's, Tristan's, just to name a few. So let us add your name to the list and deliver a truly custom-crafted, furniture-quality poker table worthy of your game. Visit www.offtiltpokertables.com or call Brian Knott today at 262-490-3812. We'll show you why Off Tilt is the only way to play.
One man, his lucky shirt, an unforgettable night, and a winning streak that never seemed to end. That's how Blind Squirrel began, and we haven't looked back since. We make the clothes that we want to wear for the places where we want to look and feel our best. The game, the speakeasy, and the casino floor. Blind Squirrel's small batch, high-quality gear is for people too busy grabbing life by the nuts to bother with crappy, ill-fitting clothing. Because like you, we prefer our nights long, our drinks strong, and our lucky shirt to be our most comfortable. So look good, be lucky, and visit blindsquirrelapparel.com for your new favorite shirt. As an added bonus, you'll receive 20% off your purchase with the promo code HOKE, H-O-K-E. You can also pick up Blind Squirrel apparel at the Borgata in Atlantic City and in Las Vegas at all Masura stores at Mandalay Bay, Monte Carlo, The Mirage, and MGM Grand. Look good and be lucky with Blind Squirrel apparel.
Win your share of $50,000 in cash and prizes and get into the game for free with the Nevada Poker League. NPL has 17 locations in the Las Vegas area for you to play poker with your friends and neighbors. New season starts early October. Find a location near you at NevadaPokerLeague.com and get in the action tonight.
The heat is on. Whether you're in the hot seat of a major poker tournament or just dealing with everyday life, stay cool with a brand new Arctic Blue cooling towel. Just wet your reusable and durable Arctic Blue cooling towel in cold water and you'll have instant cooling relief at your fingertips for up to 5 hours. The towel is lightweight and pliable, so you can keep it handy no matter where you are. Plus, it's absorbent enough to make sure you and your clothes stay dry while you stay cool. No need to sweat it out no matter what you're doing when you have an Arctic Blue cooling towel handy. So get the same cooling towel used by professional athletes, poker players, first responders, physical therapists, U.S. automakers, and even reality TV stars. So what are you waiting for? Visit them today at arcticblu.com and pick yours up today. Plus, enter the discount code MarkHokeShow when you check out and get 15% off plus free shipping to keep some of your cold hard cash in your wallet. It's like the Arctic Blue Bear says, it's not cool to be hot. So pick up your Arctic Blue cooling towel today.
This is the Mark Hoke Show. The Mark Hoke Show. Here again, your host, Mark Hoke.
Tim gets that weird grin on his face over here. When we're getting back on the air. I don't know if he's just like, I wonder how badly he's going to screw up now. You know, it's something devilish, and I don't know what it is.
I think he's just rocking out to the intro music.
It could be. It could be. I think, you know, he's got the Batman thing going there with the headphones, too, so... A little Bruce Wayne action over there. Of course, hey, we want to remind you we got a couple great deals from some of our sponsors real quick before we start talking to Lauren. Blind Squirrel Apparel, we've got 20% off for you with the code HOKE when you check out. That is a huge score for everybody, so make sure you check it out. BlindSquirrelApparel.com. Also available at all Masura stores here in Las Vegas. It is bowl season, by the way. And for those of you that are crazy enough to bet, I think Lauren's like getting a gleam in her eye over there. Give doubledigitcovers.com a call, and they're going to help you sail through the bowl season. Tony Dose, main handicapper, is on fire right now. Call 855-489-3500. That's 855-489-3500. Get your picks, because you're going to make some money with those guys this week. And, of course, Poker Plays, you can use Doug Hull. Great book. Go to 3barrelbluff.com. Put in the code KLAV for 25% off Poker Plays you can use. That is a deal. Lauren, you got to buy that book.
I don't have that book. I have
should.
a lot of books. I'll check it out.
There you go. Great deal for you. Well, Lauren, first, great to have you in the studio. Thank you so much for coming down. We really do appreciate it.
It's fun. Thanks for having me.
Great. Well, Poker Night in America. You got on this show a couple of times now.
Yeah.
Tell everybody first a little bit just about Poker Night in America and what that's really all about, because it is a very different show.
It's a different show. Well, Todd Anderson is one of the producers. He founded HBT and sold it. And I guess what he wanted to do was develop a show that, you know, had poker, but also had personality. Because poker on television is pretty boring, I think. I mean, watching poker as a poker player, I like it, but it is boring. So, like, marketing that towards people that don't play poker all the time, you have to do something extra. And I think that's what he's trying to do, and give people the insight into the insider's life, like what it's like to be a poker player, going to play tournaments, like the shenanigans we get into, just because it's unusual and it's interesting to people that don't know about it. It's a weird lifestyle, but it is curious. So I think that's what their goal is, to pick personalities that interact well in sort of reality show, sort of like poker, cash game, and tournament mixed in. So.
What were some of your favorite parts of the show?
Okay. Well, the first episode, the first one in Turning Stone, was probably the open face. Like, watching all these guys play open face was amazingly funny because they just give each other so much S.
There you go. We have a dump button,
yeah.
just so you know, it's ready.
But it's it's really funny just watching that passion, because that game kind of exploded this summer, and they're all coming off of that, and they're just on the plane, in the lobby. I mean, overnight, like, they just didn't sleep. So that was really fun. But everyone else was really nice and fun to talk to. I guess on the second one, just the highlight of just being able to play with Danielle Anderson, which was really fun, playing with another female player, and just hanging out at Peppermill, which is a casino I played at a lot, and they take really good care of poker players. So that was really fun being there for the show. And I don't know.
No, it's very exciting to see some of the great female personalities getting featured on the two, like yourself and Danielle. How important is it for a show like this to be able to feature not just being a female on the show, but really being able to let the personalities shine out?
I guess it's important. It's not important. I mean, poker's not important, but it's nice because there's sort of like the few token female players that you see on poker shows a lot, and people probably are pretty tired of that. I mean, they're tired of like the same old people, and it's nice to see a different demographic. Like, Danielle and I are younger than some of those players, and we have different backgrounds. Like, Danielle was an online player, I was not. So I think seeing the different types of people in poker that come from different places, and she's a mother, she has a family, like, that's very important for people to see. Like, it's not just young people that don't feel like getting a job. There's families. Like, this is a lifestyle that is for a lot of different people, and it's not, so stereotypical. So I think that's important to see the different types of people, and women or man doesn't really matter, I think.
And you mentioned about the lifestyle of a poker player, and I think that's one thing that people, when they watch a show like this, really don't understand what it's really like to be a poker player. Tell everybody a little bit about, because I mean, you've had an amazing road in your career so far. What is it really like to be a poker player?
I think it's very different for everyone, depending on whether you play tournaments or you play cash. I'm a cash game player. I love to play tournaments. I don't play that many. I think tournament players, it's just a really hard road, because you really just want to win tournaments, and you're not going to win like most of the time. And it's like banging your head against a wall, and you have to be really persistent and have a lot of faith to keep doing that. So I think a lot of people have this opinion like, oh, you gamble for a living. It's easy. It's very glamorous. It's not. It's very depressing. There's a lot of ups and downs. And if you don't have like people to go to, or like a very stable emotional base, it's really difficult. So I think that's something that people need to realize, that, being a poker player sounds really cool. I know when people, oh, you're a poker player, that's so awesome. It's like, it's just a job. You go to work, you grind. It's a different type of job, because you're your own boss, which is actually difficult when you have to set boundaries for yourself and be really responsible and disciplined. I think that's what's probably interesting about it, because people don't think of it that way. They're just like, oh, you don't have to go to work whenever you don't want. You could just go on vacation. It's like, but I don't get paid if I go on vacation. Mm-hmm. I also can lose money at my job. Not a lot of people have that as a problem. You don't go to like Starbucks and lose, $4,000 during your shift. So that is, I guess, what probably is compelling for people to see that, because it's very different. I don't know.
Who are some of the players that you've modeled yourself after? Because I know you've been around a lot of the great Vegas pros, current and past. Who are some of the people that you really look to in the game?
People that I respect, I guess. There's a lot of cash game players that you probably wouldn't know that I respect. They're just really excellent poker players. Some name names. Well,
there's got to be somebody you like.
Well, I know I like a lot of players. I mean, Yen Chen is an amazing player. He's friends with my boyfriend, and it's just amazing to watch someone develop such an immense skill at one game and be such a powerful player. Having those sort of people as influences, just not meeting them through poker, meeting them socially, and then just being able to see that, it gives you want to strive to be like that player. You want to be able to be the best at one certain game or a certain aspect of the game. Gosh, I mean, a lot of online players like Hank Zarnecki, who plays in Reno a lot. He's really a great player, and Dustin Fox, players that I played with up there. That just seeing them flourish in a live cash game setting it's good to watch, even though they're not like big name players. Obviously, Phil Ivey's an amazing player, and who wouldn't want to play like him? He plays amazing. But
what's been the toughest part to you about being a professional poker player?
Getting up before noon. No, I don't know. Probably just keeping a level head. You know, I think that I'm pretty well adjusted to variance, but you know, it doesn't ever stop not being like fun when you have a bad year or a bad session, you know, a bad week. It's hard to have it not affect you and just keep moving forward. And I think that that's probably the most difficult thing, I guess. But or just having faith that like you're not sucking all the time. I mean, it's like if you lose, you know, you have to stop. I'm like, oh, am I losing because I'm playing terribly? And you have to like really just go through everything you've done and think about it and relearn everything and reread books and study, which is difficult to make yourself do that, because if you're not a studious person and if you're not really disciplined, you're going to fail. So I think being self-disciplined and something that's kind of very free will as a lifestyle is difficult. And that's probably the most difficult aspect, but try to do it, make myself work. It's work.
What's the coolest thing that has happened to you in your life because of poker? Because, you know, I've heard
obviously
all these
being on
interesting
this
stories.
show.
Well, that's part of it. Yeah, absolutely. But you got seriously, you've got to have some great stories about some things that you've been able to do now.
I guess, well, traveling. I mean, traveling because there's poker other places that you make money is the best thing by far, because I love traveling and seeing the world and having a reason, sort of justifying traveling because there's poker is really nice. But coolest thing I've done because of poker, I just can't even think of anything. I mean, it is still before noon, so my brain's only working 20%. So
that's still pretty good, though. For a lot of poker players, that's outstanding. So high ratings for you.
I can't think of anything right now. I'm sorry. This is a very boring interview for people listening.
Okay, well, what's the funnest thing you've got to do in Vegas lately? What's happening? Anything off the charts?
Well, I went to a really fun party last week at the Mob Museum for the repeal of Prohibition, the 80th anniversary. And that was really cool. And there's just lots of, I mean, people, as I'm from New York City, so people like to give me crap for moving here because it's Vegas, but there is culture here. It's not just Cirque du Soleil and, you know, slot machines. There's stuff, and you just have to find it. So it was a really nice party, and they had jazz and dancing, and there was cocktail contests for all the downtown bars, which if you haven't been downtown recently, you should go because it's really great, and that was fun. Other than that, stuff I've done in Vegas, I don't know.
You're just buried in grinding, aren't you?
I have my family coming in like 10 days, so I'm gonna grind like nonstop until they get here, so that I can do fun stuff with them when they're here.
Oh, there you go.
And not play poker because that's rude when you have guests.
It is pretty interesting when you think about it, because a lot of women that get into the game, it's not something that you see that much, but it's getting more and more. We're seeing females get in. But what was your family's reaction to when you decided that you were going to play poker?
It's actually amazing. My parents are super supportive. I never really got much negativity from them. I mean, obviously they'd like to see me doing something more stable because poker isn't, and that's what parents like. But I'm a writer, so anything where I can kind of get writing done and do that, they're kind of excited for me to do it. And I think that when I met my boyfriend, who's also a professional gambler, it became more legitimate somehow. Like my career because he was really successful at it and he's older than me and has been doing it a lot longer. So it was strange because you'd imagine like, oh, this is they're gonna love this. Like he's a gambler too. No, they actually totally love him.
Wow.
So it's kind of funny.
Not a professional poker player, but a professional gambler. Sports
Yeah.
betting.
No, can't talk about that. No, he's an investor, I guess. He invests in variance. So, yeah, he knows Andy Block, so that might help you figure it out.
There's a clue. That is a clue.
But
how many cards are in a six-deck shoe?
But yeah, no, they're supportive. I think that they just want to see me be happy, and I believe that the philosophy of life for me is to try to find happiness every day, do something you love. It's not, not like I love poker. Poker pays the bills and it's fun, and I don't hate going to play because I've had jobs that I've hated. And I think that if you're just picking a career, because you need to pick a career, people need to pay for things that is like required. It's unfortunate because it takes like the fun out of a lot of stuff for people. And I don't really feel like the kind of person that could get dressed just to go to a job to make ends meet. And it was kind of crushing my soul. So I think that my parents see that doing something alternative is better for me. I guess it's probably better for a lot of people that choose it. But sometimes I look at my friends that have real jobs and I'm like, I'm so jealous. You get to put in for vacation time and you have health insurance and you have a boss and you get to wear pantsuits.
They get excited about happy hours.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Going to happy hour. I'm like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. Like, I should probably be playing poker, but you guys are all going out. So I'll come.
The annual Christmas party gossip.
Oh, they get a Christmas party. They get a bonus. What is this? This is special.
But we get comp nights at hotels.
Yeah, exactly.
It's true. They think that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
They're like, wait, they're buying this meal for you? Like, yes, they are.
Yes, they are.
Just like your Christmas party. Yeah.
Has Poker Night in America been able to up your profile a little bit? Have been getting a little more popularity out of it? Maybe some more opportunities from being on that show?
Yeah. I think, well, obviously once it airs, it'll probably double or triple in exposure. But yes, for sure. I've been invited to play in some tournaments and events and do charity things, which is really fun because I would love to get involved more in stuff like that. But yeah, I think it's funny because this summer I was playing at the Venetian during the World Series in a game. And I guess the World Series was on TV. And the dealer turns to me and goes, when are we going to see you on TV? And I said to him, when they start televising cash games again. And then fast forward a month and a half and on Turning Stone because I don't really play tournaments. So it's not like there's a lot of opportunities for me to have that exposure. But cash games, I think, are really interesting, especially as a regular viewer.
All right. Well, I'd love to say your Twitter handle on the air, but I cannot do it.
Really?
Can you spell it?
Can we?
Tim, I need a judge's ruling.
Rhymes
on
with.
I'll let you handle this.
It's the best
you want to
Twitter
describe
ever.
it.
TITTIE Chips. And it's it's an in-jest name that came out of when I used to play poker in Brooklyn. And I am a feminist. It's not misogynistic at all. So don't want that to be misunderstood.
Okay.
I like the statement it makes.
I joke around. I like to joke. I think people sometimes are a little too serious.
It says a little something about the portrayal of females in the poker sphere.
Yeah, that's it.
And it's really funny when I get a follower that responds to something I say, and I'm just like, you are missing the point, buddy. You have just you're the demographic I'm trying to make look foolish, and you're just doing it for yourself.
There you go. All right. Well, Tim, we're probably going to run a little long here because of course, it's time for all of you to suffer the Arctic Blue Keep Your Cool game of the day.
It's time for the Arctic Blue Keep Your Cool game of the day.
So we just had that hearing, and we were talking about Harry Reid in the top two. So I decided today we're going to see how well you guys know your senators.
Epic fail right here.
Now,
This
isn't going to be as bad as you think it's going to be. All right.
No cheating. Put your phone down.
Down here.
All right. So in our Arctic Blue Keep Your Cool game of the day, you guys are going to have to identify famous senators. This should be interesting.
Aren't
and of course,
all senators famous?
Generally,
Okay,
I
just
suppose.
checking.
But of course, make sure you go to arcticblue.com. That's arcticblu.com and get your Arctic Blue cooling towels right now. They are awesome for your workouts, poker table, whatever you need. 15% off. Plus free shipping with the code Mark Hoke Show.
You were doing so good on not stumbling until you started that.
I was so close yet so far
close.
away. All right, so we'll go around the table. We'll ask you your question, and we'll see who can get the most right. Nate is so scared.
I am.
Nate.
I am.
Nate fails on these, but Nate, I'm going to throw you the
Hey,
softball
Matiso
first.
missed his own quote.
He did.
Right?
He did.
All right.
All right. So, Nate, softball for you to open this up. For worse or worse, he is the current majority leader of the U.S. Senate.
Harry Reid.
That is correct.
Wow.
See, I wanted to make sure you got one easy one on the board. Dan.
Yes.
This horrible abomination of a Star Wars character actually became a galactic senator and gave the key speech giving emergency powers to the soon-to-be emperor, setting free even more darkness besides having to put up with him.
Oh. Was that Akbar?
You couldn't do that.
I was
going to
go with Admiral Akbar.
No, it is not.
He was a good guy, but right?
He was a good guy, but not Admiral Akbar.
That was my
Steal
guess.
that? No.
I don't.
He was the only galactic representative that I knew the name of, other than
Lando?
the only one.
No, Nate, you can
I know.
steal this.
Jar Jar
Nate,
Binks.
Nate, would you like to give the answer?
Jar Jar Binks.
Hey, there you go. Dan, don't give the answers away. That's putting Nate's up 2 already.
Hey, yeah, I'm winning. We're gonna have to just pause the show and let me
Stop right now.
Yeah,
Let him
just
bask.
stop.
Lauren.
Yeah.
The Washington Senators baseball team left D.C. and became a new franchise twice. Can you name one of those two teams?
God, my friends on my fantasy baseball league are gonna kill me for not knowing this. I don't know. I'm so out of the loop of sports.
You want to take a stab?
The Washington Senators left.
I don't blame everybody either, but no.
Nope.
Nate, you can. It's two current baseball teams. No.
The Yankees. Because I hate them so much.
I can do Yankee trivia.
Texas Rangers.
Texas Rangers is correct. Also, the Minnesota Twins used to be the Washington Senators. So Dan's got 1, Nate's got 2. Lauren will catch up. This superhero's parents became Kansas State senators on the TV show Smallville. Name the parents.
The Kents.
I will give you the. Well, can you name one of the first names?
Mom.
I'll give you a half point. Dan, can you name one of the two of the Kents?
Go with Clark Sr.
No, it wasn't Clark Sr. Lauren, can you pick one of these up?
I'm really more of a Batman than a Superman.
See, Mom works.
No.
Let's go with Gerard.
No. It could try. Jonathan and Martha Kent.
Ah.
Those are the Kents.
Not a clue.
Dan.
Baseball and TV or Superman, I just don't do.
This man went from U.S. Senator to president, got impeached, but eventually reelected to the U.S. Senate, only to die in office 4 months after his reelection.
Oh, boy. I'm going to guess Andrew Johnson.
Correct.
I knew that one.
Very good, Dan. Nice pull.
Only one I'm going to know.
Nice catch.
I think you can get this one. This former U.S. Senator is more famous for an incorrect newspaper headline that said he'd lost his presidential bid, only to find out he'd actually won. Very famous headline on a newspaper.
See, I don't read the news because it's depressing.
This is a long time ago. Picture this in your history books when you're a kid.
Is it? Oh, shoot. Huey? No. Is that era? I can't remember.
No, you kind of blended there a little bit.
Yeah.
Good try, though. Nate.
Bush?
No.
I think the answer to the question is Truman. The
Truman,
headline is
yes.
Dewey defeats Truman.
Yeah,
That is
Dewey,
correct.
Dewey.
Yeah, so you
I
kind
can
of
see
Huey,
it.
Truman,
Yeah.
Dewey. Yeah.
I don't remember.
That's all right.
History is long over for me.
I thought this was a poker show.
You're not responsible for knowing the 40s, so.
Nate.
Mark.
Jimmy Stewart played a U.S. Senator in this legendary Frank Capra film released in 1939.
I couldn't tell you the name of it, but I remember the show. I've seen it.
Nate.
Not a clue.
We're going from the 40s to the 30s, so Mr. Smith goes to Washington.
Yes.
The ones I know.
I got position.
You got position on me. This is terrible.
Dan is rolling it. Okay, well, now I'm going to nail you, Dan.
And I should have had Jar Jar Binks, too, just so
Yeah.
I stole it. It's his fault.
This character on the soap opera, The Young and the Restless, somehow became a Wisconsin state senator. Not shockingly scandal broken, he was forced to resign.
Is my actual question?
Yeah, that's your question.
Oh, gee, I have no idea.
No.
A Wisconsin senator that was forced to resign.
This is a soap opera character on The Young and the Restless.
It's a fictional.
So it's just a
fictional character. Yeah.
I didn't watch The Young and the Restless.
No.
I was more of a guiding light guy.
Can we phone a friend?
No.
Yeah.
Lauren?
If you think I'm going to know this because I'm a woman, it's not okay. I do not watch soap operas.
No.
I don't know.
Nate? No.
If you hit me with a 90210 trivia question, I'll get
Do
it.
they still have soap operas?
Yes.
I mean, the reality shows and talk shows. I figured it was all they got now, but okay.
Jack Abbott was the answer to that.
Oh, my
Jack
God.
Abbott.
Hmm.
If you ever watched Tim, you watched
There,
it. No?
there was a woman sitting down in the parking lot right now yelling at her car radio who it was. I know my wife knows that.
And how old will she be?
She's 42.
No,
I
no,
shouldn't have said
your
that on
wife,
air.
not
Oh,
your
my
wife.
God.
I meant the woman in the parking lot.
All right, guys.
That's
Lauren,
my
last
wife.
question. I'm going to give you a choice. I got a baseball one, and I've got a current one. Current events one.
Baseball.
All right.
Because when I get the current events one wrong, I'm going to feel really stupid. So baseball's
Fair
easier.
enough. Known as the Big Train, this Washington Senators and Hall of Fame pitcher is regarded as one of the all-time greats, pitching a record 110 shutouts in his career.
This is a current pitcher?
No.
Wait, this is an old pitcher. Is it Train? One more
The
time.
Big Train.
The Big
from
Train.
the Washington Senators. His last name matches one of Dan's answers, the president that got impeached. No?
Randy Johnson. No.
It is a Johnson, but
Yeah.
incorrect. Nate, you don't know this. You don't know baseball, right?
I'm not a huge
No.
baseball fan, but
Oh,
I can
he's not
guess
a big
first
Dan.
names. Oh,
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Dan, you got this one?
I'll guess Doc Johnson.
No, Walter Johnson.
Well, all right, yeah.
What's Randy Johnson's nickname?
I think they
He's the big unit.
He's a big unit. I knew
Yeah.
he was something.
They
You
call
match him up
Doc.
with your Twitter, and we're all
The
good.
big unit. I was playing with a guy that looked just like Randy Johnson, but I didn't want to tell him that because I didn't think it's something you'd want to hear.
Well, Dan, very good job. You're the big winner.
Awesome. What do I win?
Nothing.
The car.
The car.
All right, we got to get a commercial break in, and we're going to talk a little poker stars and everything else when we come back with Lauren, Dan, and Nate. Thanks for being with us here.
Sports bettors, tired of getting beat every week at your sportsbook? It's time to stop guessing and start winning. We all know cash is king, and it's time to let the team at Double Digit Covers come to the rescue to help you get the positive cash flow you need to live the life you've always dreamed about. Tony Dos and his all-star sports handicapping team will be in your corner to help you beat the point spread, bring excitement and winning to your betting experience, and build your bankroll to levels you never thought possible. Get free winning sports information at doubledigitcovers.com and call now for today's free winner at 1-855-489-3500. That's 1-855-489-3500. Stop guessing and start winning today at doubledigitcovers.com.
Last summer, I was at the World Series of Poker every day and couldn't walk 2 steps without seeing someone wearing 3Bet clothing. It's super comfortable and stylish, and all their stuff looks amazing. The incredible team of pros who wear 3Bet hats, hoodies, tees, and more are a who's who in poker. All-time greats like Jonathan Little, Doc Sands, Brian Rast, Jason Kuhn, Scott Clements, Greg Mueller, Ben Tollerine, Jeff Gross, and of course, Antonio Esfandiari, all proudly wearing the 3Bet brand. They wear 3Bet clothing because they know that being comfortable and feeling confident is crucial to winning on and off the tables. 3Bet.com has shipped thousands of orders worldwide, and it's time for you to join the 3Bet team just like the pros. Go to the number 3bet.com and receive an added bonus of 15% off with the promo code RADIO. Make that right call. Look and feel like a pro at 3bet.com.
Poker is more fun when you win. Most poker books are too theoretical. They tell you to be more aggressive, but give few practical examples. Poker Plays You Can Use by Doug Hull, edited by Ed Miller, has 49 concepts with multiple, clear examples from real, live 1-2 through 5-10 games. Each hand is visually represented, explaining which players are vulnerable to these moves. Use discount code KLAV at 3barrelbluff.com to get 25% off your copy. Paper and ebook available.
Your business and promotion will only go as far as your website will take you. That's why the Mark Hoke Show has only trusted one name for over 2 years, BlueRail.net. Whether you need custom website design and development packages or simply need a host for your website, Blue Rail is the only developer to turn to. It's time to discover the world-class personalized service only the Blue Rail team can provide. Visit us at BlueRail.net bluerail.net and call 520-822-5128 right now for your free consultation today. So get on board at bluerail.net. How far do you want to go?
9 poker players on a dramatic path to glory with unbelievable twists and turns that will keep you on the edge of your seat. It's the Final 9 comic from Room 110 Publishing. Go to final9comic.com to download the first issue preview and get ready for the official launch coming soon. 9 will become one way or another. Final9comic.com. And for more details, make sure to follow them on Twitter and like them on Facebook at Final9Comic.
At Team Poker Joker, we build innovative, high-performance, poker-focused apparel designed to keep you cool and calm in tough situations. Wait, no we don't. We've just got a cool brand representing the suits of this beautiful game called poker. Our gear won't make you better, but it will keep a smile on your face. So don't be so serious and show you know how to have fun. Get your Poker Joker gear today at TeamPokerJoker.com. Grin and win today at TeamPokerJoker.com.
The best in poker news, entertainment, and more. This is the Mark Hoke Show.
All right, and we are back here on the Mark Hoke Show. Lauren Billings, Dan Mikulski, and Nate Dowland joining us here today. We are having a blast. Boy, I could not stump Dan for the most part.
I was on.
Yeah, way to go. I'm impressed.
That's because he's solar powered.
Oh. Now, Lauren, you said something in the break about you really wish that this online situation would get settled so you can get these online guys off the table.
Yeah, get them out of the live games.
Yeah, well, tell us a little bit about why you say that. I mean, because obviously there's talent there too, but they kind of put on the hoodies and hide too sometimes. So.
Well, I don't have anything against online players. I think they're all really good, which is why I generally don't want them in my game. But I guess you go from playing online when you're at home, you can listen to music, watch movies, do whatever you want, and then you start playing live, and it's boring and it's slow. And so you bring your iPad and you watch a movie or you listen to music and you keep yourself busy, which is fine, and I think it's not a bad thing. But it's super obvious to like the tourist fish that you're there for the reason to take their money. You're not there to socialize. You're not even trying to look like you're not a professional poker player. And I think that, in my experience, the people that come to Vegas to play poker that want to have fun, they want to feel like they're playing against people and have conversations. They want to have a good time. So when you're not giving anything back to them, they're not going to play. So it's bad for the game. So I get a little annoyed when there's super cranky online kids that are just this game's terrible. Well, it's terrible because look at you. You're all on your iPads. Who's going to sit in this game and be like, I'm going to lose $2,000 to you people right now?
Yeah.
They're not going to do it. So I hope that online gaming can get back together.
Yeah, well, we got to have some fun at the poker table. And Nate, you've got something fun going on Tilt Radio. I want to make sure you get to mention here. Well, we've got about a minute and a half total.
I do. Starting tomorrow, the 12 Days of Christmas are starting over on Tilt Radio. They're going to be giving away money and prizes and everything else. So come on over to ontiltradio.com and check it out. The 12 Days of Christmas starting on the 12th.
Any pot? I know they're based in Colorado. We got any? No? No?
If you're local, you could probably stop by and have some.
I know Dan's dying for that.
January 1st is the day in Colorado where it's open to the tourists.
That's going to be
great.
Oh,
goody.
Yeah, seriously. Big deal.
Well, that's Hangover Day. Let's go.
Hangover Day.
Oh, my God.
National Hangover Day, isn't it?
Sounds like fun. Well, make sure you, Dan, check out Pokerati.com. I know you guys are a little hiatus, but always still great content up there.
There'll be good stuff for you there.
And, of course, follow Lauren on Twitter, but we can't say where. Do your research, kids. But thank you so much, guys, for joining us here on the Mark Hoke Show. We really appreciate it. By the way, next week it's Linda Johnson, Bodlar Deathbringer, and Ryan LaPlante are going to be joining us. That's right, Bodlar is coming in the studio. So we really appreciate it. Thanks for coming in with us on the show, and check us out on Rogue Wire on Sunday. We'll see you there.